back. Oh my goodness, I am so excited for today's episode, guys. DJ McGinley, the balayage queen, L'Oreal educator, amazing hairstylist. I mean, just all around truly awesome artist. So I'm so excited to share this episode with you because let me tell you, the last couple of years, COVID, can we just pause for a moment? It has changed our lives in one way or another. It has impacted us, and she really gets down into her story and her journey about how COVID really impacted her life and, you know, how she got through it, where she is now, and just the transformation and listening to this whole thing. Oh my gosh, it was just amazing. So listen in, keep staying connected.
Well, I started my career when I was 15 with my mom. My mom worked for a salon called Jean Madeline. And I started 15 shampooing. And then by the time I was 18, she opened her own salon. And I started working for her right out of beauty school.
Wow.
I never had a job interview. And so when I was 20, I said, Mom, I really feel cheated. I feel like I was given a job, which I really appreciate, but I never had the opportunity to actually do job interviews and do what big people do. And so she said, well, why don't you go and interview for a corporate company? Maybe someone would hire you. So I started looking into L'Oreal, and they were hiring for a new position where you would go in and teach, but they really wanted you behind the chair also. So I auditioned, and here I am 30 years later, teaching balayage and color for one of the world's largest beauty companies in the world.
Oh my gosh. And I have to say, you have truly been a staple in my life. When I was behind the chair, you have really taken my career to the next level. And a lot of it was just the most simplest things. And you really broke it down and kept things so simple, which I really appreciate that. And I know so many people think the same way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do love teaching. I think the biggest reason I love teaching is because I had such a hard time learning certain things, and it took me so long. There were educators that came in my life that completely flipped things around for me. And I feel as though the things I've learned the most were just by being a hairdresser and a colorist behind the chair and keeping it simple.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I truly feel like when we start to get in our head and we overthink things, that's when we start to kind of lose really the path that we are intended to be on. And that's with anything in life, right?
Absolutely. I always think about an artist, they probably paint millions of pictures before they paint the right one. And it's all perspective. No one really knows what you want to paint. It's just what you envision. And so you've got to paint a lot of pictures.
Yeah. No, I love that. I mean, absolutely, you're so right. So tell me a little bit more about, where you are currently right now.
Well, my career took a shift. So 30 years working behind the chair, working for L'Oreal as an educator. I built a great clientele. And then COVID happened, and the business and the industry really has changed between at-home hair color, clients growing out their gray, maybe cutting their hair at home or not doing their hair as often. People are not going to special events as much as they were. So the industry is slowly moving. And I was always booked. I had clients all day long. So to not have that is very difficult. And it was a game changer for me. It forced me to look at what I was doing behind the chair and look at the industry a little different. And I had to reinvent myself after 30 years, which was pretty tough.
I can only imagine. Can you tell me a little bit more about that journey?
Yes. Well, working in the salon, I had a great clientele and I did color all day long. And going back, things have changed and people were made to make decisions for themselves. And I had to make a decision for myself. Yeah, it's funny. I remember every time I teach a class, I always use the same quote. And it's being comfortable is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. And My 30-year career, I wound up teaching in Budapest and Prague with Min Kim, and it was the highlight of my whole entire life.
Mm.
And then the world shut down a week later. And it forced me to be very uncomfortable. And it's funny that I use that quote, but yet I wasn't always thinking of it for myself.
Mm.
So here we are in an uncomfortable situation. Nothing is ever growing there. And it forced me to do things I probably would not have done because I was so comfortable and I was really in a sweet spot.
Yeah.
And I realized, that sweet spot is sometimes you have to go down before you can go back up again.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So, so true. There's many times in my life I can look back and think that that was really comfortable. But when I look back, it wasn't something that I grew from. And it's always the hard that you grow out of. It's always the hard that you grow from. So I love that. And so we were talking before and you were telling me that you even like went as far as joining a gym, right?
Yes. Orange Theory, I'm probably 260 days straight.
Mm.
And I completely changed myself. When they say 90 days before you can have a habit, it's true. It's now
Mm-hmm.
become a lifestyle and a way of life. And I feel so good and so healthy.
Mm.
And to think I never worked out in my life. So at 51, I just decided to start working out.
Oh,
So I dabbled, but never like this. And it was a game changer for me. I changed the way I thought about myself and my body. But the biggest thing for me was what someone said to me, and that was my coach. And he said, how come you do not show up for your body every single day? Because if you don't show up for yourself every day, how do you show up for other people?
mm.
And it
Yeah,
stayed with me.
absolutely. Oh my gosh, absolutely. This is definitely a topic that I'm talking about quite often is showing up for yourself and how can you be 100% for everybody else if you're not giving yourself the same respect and the same 100%. So I really work on that myself in my life, but I have been talking about it constantly because so in our industry we are service providers and constantly giving. I mean, we're everything to everyone. And at the end of the day, you still have to be you and you still have to walk away fulfilled. And if you are depleted day after day, I mean, that's just dangerous space to be in.
Yes. And that's why it was important for me to get healthy. And it started with exercising and then food, nutrition. And from there, I started to see a change in what was happening for me. I started to get new clients. So the clients that left me, I'm now starting to fill the chairs.
Mm.
I had someone call me out of the blue and offer me a position I couldn't refuse. He opened a salon called the Color Room on 22nd and Sampson. And I started working for him on Mondays and Tuesdays, building a new clientele. Sometimes I may only have one client or two clients a day, and it's okay. I'm
Yeah.
learning how to be new again.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And look at you. Like you really you sound just like you are on top of the world.
Yes, because it's taken me out of my comfort zone, and I've been very comfortable for a long time. And so, building a new clientele, working in this beautiful space, working for my mother, still teaching in salons. I've just opened another door and another opportunity, and I'm okay with learning and doing things all over again.
I love it. Love that. So, if I were to say the word mindset to you, what does that mean?
Oh, mindset. Mindset. That is very interesting because that is what I had to change. I had struggled with being basically kind of bullied out of my own business.
Mm.
And I was angry. I had a lot of anger and
Mm.
resentment, and I blamed everything. I blamed the government. I blamed doctors, pharmaceutical companies. I blamed everyone. And then one day I was just like, I cannot change the way people think, and I cannot change what happened. But what I can change is my mindset. And
Mm,
so that's where I started to really put out a different energy. And I kept thinking about, how am I going to educate people? How am I going to make changes within the industry and still be connected to my true self?
that's so beautiful. Oh my
And
God.
I, and I just started putting my work out there. And Anthony called me and asked me to come do these great things. And so now we're working on a lot of cool stuff. But it
Oh,
was my mindset. If I didn't change the way that I felt about everything and stop being angry, because you can't control the changes that happen, but you can change the way you think and feel about it.
oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And
It's all about that. You can't control anybody but yourself.
yeah, and once I changed that mindset for myself, all of these amazing things started to happen. All these doors started to open. And now
Mm,
here I am doing all these cool things, and it never would have happened. So I now I'm looking at something that was so horrific and horrible for me and life changing. And I'm now looking at it with a different mindset. I'm excited. I'm happy. I never would have done this if I wasn't forced to.
mm. Oh, I love that. Oh, so good. So good. So let me ask you this. So 10 years ago, you're the person you are now. What would you tell that person 10 years ago?
Well, 10 years ago, that I would definitely, I was raised and even being taught to really don't ever say no for customer service and in the industry. You
Mm,
were always a yes, yes, yes. And if I were to change things 10 years ago, I would have said no to certain
mm.
things.
Oh, I love.
And I feel as though this situation that happened has forced me or made me look at yes a little differently. And
Mm,
yes is not always a good yes. So
absolutely.
10 years ago, I may have said no, and maybe things would have been a little different. So
Mm,
moving forward, if it doesn't feel good, I'm okay with saying no.
I love that. I mean, there's so much power in the word no. There's so much power behind it. And that doesn't mean that you're coming off as a mean person or you're coming off as anything negative. You're being true to yourself, and that is the most important thing.
Yes, it is. And I have to tell that to my kids too. If it
Mhm.
doesn't feel good, don't do it. Just say no. That's isn't
Sure.
that what we teach them anyway?
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. Yeah. I mean, if I could go back and tell myself that, I would 100% say the same thing because it's taken me years to stop being a people pleaser and stop, going with the crowd and the flow and kind of speaking out against things that I feel a little bit more strong about. So, yeah, I mean, and it feels good because you're not stressed out, you're not in uncomfortable situations, you're doing really what you truly want to do every minute of your life, and every moment counts. I mean, we only have this one life and it matters.
It absolutely does. I had a client give me advice when I turned 40. I'm now 51. She said, "Oh, happy birthday. You're 40. If you lived half of your life, how are you going to live the rest of your half?" And
Mm,
I thought, oh my gosh, what a thing to say. And I
right.
thought about it all day. And I thought, you know what? I want to live the rest of my life like feeling fantastic and great and accomplishing things, but also making changes in
Yeah.
the world and in people's lives. And from that day, I always said, no more dress rehearsals. This
Mm.
is like the grand finale.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, wow, that's so great. That's so impactful just to hear that statement. I mean, when you really sit down and you look at your life each day, that, today is going to count. Today is going to matter. This moment is going to count. The next moment's going to count. When you live your life in purpose and you live it on purpose, I guess I would like to say, um, you know, so many powerful things come out of that. And you really do leave that impact behind. I mean, you really do leave that influence on other people. And
And that is, I know that that's what you want to do in your life. And I feel the same exact way. I want to make a difference. I want people to feel, that they can accomplish anything.
Absolutely. I remember when I was younger and I was learning, and my mom said, make sure that you surround yourself with the people that you admire and the people that you want to be like.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I've done. I've surrounded myself with people that I admire, people that I want to be like, people that actually have helped me create my own fingerprint.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy that we're talking about this right now. Actually, I journal a lot. And last night I was in a space where I was just thinking and meditating a little bit before I went to bed, and just thinking about things and what the next steps are going to be and what does it look like, and kind of visualizing a little bit. Then I start to fall asleep, and then I wake up right out of this like blue, and I realize that right now is the first time in my life that I'm allowing people to mentor me. And I think because I was such a people pleaser prior to and growing up, that I never really allowed that guidance. So like, to me, I'm in a space where I'm just welcoming these mentors that are opening my eyes to see my potential to the next level, my, what is my next steps, and they can see my vision and help me getting to the next step, and just guide me on the things that I would like to level up with. So yeah, I mean, I love that you said that, because it kind of made me realize, like, wow, I never really just let that happen.
Sometimes it's wonderful just to stand back and observe and watch all the wonderful people do their magic. And you take
Mm.
little bits and pieces from everyone. And then before you know it, you have 30 years of knowledge, and you take all of those amazing little things and you create what I would call a fingerprint. It's your signature. And I was thinking about walking away from the industry, looking into a new field.
Mm.
And I kept thinking to myself, the kids coming out of beauty school,
Mm.
wouldn't I want to do the same thing for them that
Mm.
the people in my life did for me?
Oh, yeah.
So I want to pass on that knowledge. And it actually brought me back to the industry.
Oh, I know. DJ, I have been there. I have been there. I have wanted to walk away. I have wanted to, because, sometimes you're living in a really hard place, and thinking about leaving and moving on to something else is just like, I can't wait to get out of the hard. And And you have really touched on really why a lot of us get into this industry, because we do want to impact other people. We do want to change lives and make people's lives better. And most of my job now today is speaking to beauty school students. And my God, this industry is just it's just getting started, I feel like. I mean, we're on this whole other level of greatness right now, and I feel like opening more eyes to high school students and letting them know that this is a career, this is a legitimate career that you get to wake up and do passionately, and make, oh yeah, and make a crap ton of money, because because that's what we are allowing ourselves to do, right? So like, you don't have a cap, you create your destiny each day. And absolutely, that is why I am doing what I do today. And that is 100% what I want to continue to do, is to impact these minds that are just starting out, and let them know that, my goodness, the possibilities are endless.
Yes. And always, the thing that I remind myself all the time, especially also yourself, you've been in the industry, you've been through a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of information you have. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like with people that have been in this business and as educators, we have all this knowledge. So I remind myself to be the person someone wants to be like.
Mm.
And that I could be a
So
part
good.
of their fingerprint.
So good. So good. And you are. You absolutely are. Oh my gosh, you are. You have done so much within this industry, and you're just getting started. My gosh. I mean,
I
yeah.
When you think that you have accomplished and you've done something and it's 30 years, think again, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting started and it's so exciting.
Oh.
A lot of people, I think for all of us, a lot of people have lived in fear,
Mm.
and fear will paralyze you.
Mm.
And I have not lived in fear from one day for one day.
Mm.
And I think for me, it's taught me a lot about not just fear of what was happening, but fear in everything and anything we do.
Mm.
So now I'm willing to take the risk and take the chance, because in one way I've lost everything, and in another way I've gained everything.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. That's so good. Absolutely. So tell me, what is your next chapter? What does that look like?
Oh my gosh. Well, the one thing is education. I definitely want to be a part of this industry's next generation of hairdressers.
Oh, I love it.
And so I'm going to be doing education, working at the color room, still working for my mother in both of our locations, and just taking a look at the industry differently and being very open for opportunity and really wanting to make a change with these kids. I think about my own kids. My daughter's about to graduate college next year, and I said to her the same advice my mom gave me: follow the people that you want to be like.
Mm-hmm.
And she's struggling with that. So
Mm-hmm.
when I see her struggle trying to find those people, I think, gosh, how could I let people down when I'm right here?
Right. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Oh, you're so amazing. I could talk to you forever. I love it. I love it. I feel so good inside. Just hearing your passion coming through is really cool. I mean, my soul is like totally filled up. Um, so leave me with this. One last question. So what there's a lot of students, maybe even people that are looking for a career change out there. What would you tell them about our industry?
I love our industry.
Mm.
There's so many things to it. You build friendships and relationships. You can help people feel better about themselves. This is more than just beauty.
Mm.
There's so many avenues. You could start doing hair. Maybe you don't like doing hair. You can get into sales. You can go into corporate. There is many avenues within this beauty industry, and it's more about trying your hand in a little bit of everything. You don't have to like everything, but you should try it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you try things, that will kind of navigate a little bit where you think you're going to go. And be patient. Everything takes time.
Mm. Oh, I love that. I was just speaking with someone yesterday about that. And
Mm-hmm.
but isn't it so rewarding when you finally feel like your career clicked? Like your passion inside, your career, everything just kind of comes together and it clicks.
I feel as though if you think about Orange Theory or working out,
Yeah.
the first day I went to work out, and I could relate this to going into a new job, I
Mm.
had no idea what to expect. This was very new for me. I was going into unfamiliar faces, and I didn't want to feel like an idiot because
Mm.
I didn't know. So I went into Orange Theory and I started working out. And within 10 minutes of working out, I thought I was going to die or throw up.
Oh, aw. Aw.
And the more I worked out and I started watching everyone around me, people were encouraging me. They were giving me tips. They were giving me a thumbs up. And by
Mm.
the time the hour was over, I felt great. And then I went back the second day and it got easier. And the third day and the fourth day. And before you know it, 90 days later, it became a habit. So what I was doing the first day was not what I was doing 90 days later. So I
Mm.
feel like with everything we do in the industry, cut for 90 days, color for 90 days, up hair for 90 days, create habits. And that will tell you where your passion is, what you really want to do. And sometimes I think, I don't believe we can be great at everything. You can be good at everything, but you really want to focus on that one thing. And for me, it was balayage.
Yeah. And you are great. My goodness, you are phenomenal.
Thank you. But always still learning. You never
Yeah.
know enough. And just when you think you know it, you don't.
That's so true. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like that's my motto these days is to continue to grow. Continue to grow. Don't get stagnant.
Nope. Just keep on going and never live in fear. Just do it.
So amazing to hear different perspectives on things and how certain life changes just really impact people in such a different way. And this was so awesome. And it's been such an honor to speak with her and listen to her story and really get some insight on what she's doing now and taking a situation that happened to her and just like really elevating the way that she's been thinking and changed her life really completely. So it's truly amazing. And if that is happening with you, just know that anything is possible. You just have to keep going and maybe just shift a little bit in the way that you're thinking, right? Anything is possible. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from this episode. So keep staying connected. I hope that you guys have a fantastic day.